Welcome to Methamphetamine. Today we're gonna do a hard question. Find the volume generated when the area bounded by y is equal to e power of inverse. Here is the graph of y is equal to e power of inverse x from x is equal to -1 to 1 about the x-axis. It should be rotate, right? I forgot about the rotate here. Rotate. And here, how can we find the area? Find the volume, not the area. And here, first, let me show what it's gonna like. First, we're gonna draw the reflection like this. I'm gonna use another pen, so you will see more clear. So I will use a red pen here. So this reflection kind of like when there are some space, you're gonna add a circle here. Just add a circle, and another one. You also gonna add a circle here. It's like this. So after it's rotate, it's like this shape. Okay, and how can we find the volume? So let me just do it here. Volume, this just v. The volume is equal to the integral, right? From -1 to 1. You all know what's -1 to 1. And to find the volume of this, first you're gonna multiply by this e power of inverse sine x, and then square that, and then dx. Here's the formula of the volume we're gonna find. And here, because of the power, you can just multiply by the power, so you can get pi times from -1 to 1, and then e power of 2 times inverse sine x dx. And here I'm going to use our substitution that u is equal to 2 times inverse sine x, and then we're gonna divide by 2, and then get the original back, so you can get sine of u over 2 is equal to x, right? So we differentiate both sides, you get cosine of u over 2. Because of the chain rule, you're gonna multiply by 1/2 here. Du is equal to dx. So we place it. And then because 1/2 is a constant, so you can put it outside the integral. So pi over 2. So what's our upper limit and lower limit gonna be? First, put our lower limit -1 into this x. You get 2 times, and then inverse sine of -1 is -pi over 2. So 2 and 2, they cancel each other out. So you can get -pi. So here, also put it inside, get pi here. This we put 2 outside the integral, and then e power of this original u, e power of u, multiplied by cosine of u over 2 du. And here, I'm going to do an integral here. The integral of e power of u cosine of u over 2 from -pi to pi du here. Then I just use this answer to multiply by pi over 2, and that's our volume here. So I'm gonna put the answers here. So to do this integral, we're gonna use our integration by part. We're gonna put a d and I here. We're gonna differentiate up to you. I'd like to integrate cosine of u over 2. Keep differentiating, then e power of u, get e power of u, and then integrate this. First you get sine of u over 2, and then to multiply by the reciprocal of 1/2, so this is 2. So multiply by reciprocal again, but if you integrate sine, you get negative cosine, and then 2 times 2 you get 4, and then the input is the same. So this time that is the first part of the answers, and then this is 2 times e power of u psi of u over 2. And then we're going to put the upper limit and lower limit inside. And then this time that becomes positive, plus 4 times e power of u cosine of u over 2, put negative pi and pi inside. And then the last part is the integral of this, just minus 4 times the integral of e power of u cosine u over 2 du. Don't forget about the lower limit and upper limit. And then add 4 on both hand side. Add 4 on the both hand side, the integral, because it's repeat. So you can get 5 times the original e power of u cosine of u over 2. And this, let me do this in our head. If you put pi into it, sine pi over 2 is 1. So 2 times e power of pi multiplied by 1 is this. And then we're going to subtract another. Put negative pi inside, you get negative 1 here. So negative become positive. So plus 2 times e power of negative pi here. Right? So here is the easier part. Right? Here just put pi into it. Cosine of pi over 2 is 0. And then cosine of negative pi over 2 is also 0. So this is all. Overall, you get 0 minus 0 here. Never mind if you don't write the 0 here. And let me check it here. Am I making a mistake? Yeah, no. Here. So this integral is just from negative pi to pi e power of u cosine of u over 2 is equal to, I'm gonna factor out the 2 here. So you can get 2 over 5 times e power of pi plus e power of negative pi. And here is the fun part. I'm gonna divide by 2 here. And then we're gonna multiply by 2. So it becomes 4. So we get the original back. And here, what is this? Here is the funnest one. E power of x plus e power of negative x over 2 is the form of hyperbolic cosine. So you can get 4 over 5 times cos of pi, because this is pi, power of pi. And here is the integral of these answers, but this is not our final answers. We're gonna multiply this, pi over 2 multiplied by these answers. Right? 4 over 5 cos pi. And here, check this out. Simplify 2 and 4, you get 2 here. Our final answer is 2 pi over 5 times cos pi. Here is our final answers. Woo, this is really cool. I'm gonna use my calculator to check what these answers. You can also just leave these answers like 2 over 5 multiplied by e power of pi plus e power of negative pi, and then use this to multiply by this. Up to you. But I like to use cos more. If you see this form, e power of something plus e power of negative something, I'm gonna change this to cos. It will be very fun and interesting. And let me use my calculator. How can you? This is the casual calculator. To calculate, first you get 2 pi over 5, and then multiply by, and then to type hyperbolic cosine, first you shift it, and then hyperbolic, and then put the sine here. No, first you're gonna hyperbolic and then sine. It's sinh, and the hyperbolic cosine is just this, and you put pi inside it, you get. Here is our final answer. This closer to be 14.6. This is really cool. These are videos and pizza.